Okay. Okay. Hey guys. Okay, guys. Apparently we are live. Which ones they happen? Times. Okay, I don't care about this thing. Okay, guys. Welcome to this stream. Welcome to my channel. My name is Justin Hacker Flexor. This is my YouTube name, and my real name is this one. You can see. I'm a software developer from Romania. Second. Hey guys, I'm a software developer from Romania, and what I'm trying to do right now is to get a job as a web developer. And I will do this, I think, on live. This is my resume. So if you're an employer, you can look at my resume. Also, I will also think I'll have it on description on my channel if you want to work with me. As you can see, this is my professional experience. This is my location. As you can know, it's Romania. This is my email, my real email. This is my phone number if you want to call me. And as you can see, I'm a software developer. This is my professional experience. Basically, I work as the full stack developer at a startup called Vasuni. And you can see here the description that Vasuni is a startup with funding for Komono. Komono is a Norwegian tech company. You can look on their website at komono.no. This is their website, Komono Grade School Companies. Okay, and yes, my startup was had a funding in Komono and aimed to improve how clinical psychologists follow up their patients between cognitive behavioral therapy CBT sessions. At the startup, I learned the New York-based framework Remix and how to run and scale applications with AWS. I implemented the entire authentication system and all the APIs necessary on the front end, and I integrated the Google Calendar API for letting the user schedule the online therapy sessions. And by working closely with senior developers from Komono, I learned a lot about principles of writing high-quality software. This is the description. I want to see if senior developers from Komono, I learned a lot about principles of writing high-quality software. This is the description. I want to see if senior developers from... Okay, so we have the sound. On the personal projects section, as you can see, I created an app called Digital Artist. This is a homebrew app. I worked for this like 1 week or something. And I made this up because I wanted to gain some experience with Nest.js. And yes, it's just a basic app, basic crude app. It's not really that interesting. On the certification side, I have certifications. As you can see, I have the software engineering intern certificate from Hakr. I have a problem solving basic certificate, Python basic certificate. But if you go to my Hakr account, you can see that I have more certifications like React, SQL, SQL Intermediate, Advanced Problem Solving, REST API, Software Engineer Intern, Software Engineer. Okay. And on the skills side, as you can see, I have the hard skills, data structures and algorithms, Python, AWS, React, Remix, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Git. And on the soft skills side, I have the communication, teamwork, and the time management. Okay, so this is my resume. I really like how this resume looks like. It's much, much better than my first resume, which I made like 2022, which I hadn't when I first applied to this startup. I really like the font. I'm using JetBrains Mono. I'm using JetBrains Mono pretty much everywhere. As you can see, I also have it on YouTube. So yes, this is my resume, and this is the resume that I'm going to use to apply to jobs, to remote jobs as a web developer in Romania and maybe globally. Why not? Because I already have experience working in a global team. And what we're going to do today, but please give me a break. Okay, what we're going to do today is that we're going to continue working on my certified full stack developer curriculum from Code Camp on my account. This is a really interesting certification. So basically, likes try not to. It has these requirements, which is responsive web design certification, JavaScript certification, front-end development languages certification, Python certification, relational database certification, and backend development and API certifications. As you can see, there are a lot of things, and this certification from FreeCodeCamp is not finished. So as you can see, it's going to come in late 2026 as GTA 6 maybe. And this exam will test what you have learned throughout the previous 6 certifications. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Give me a break. Okay, don't think that breaks. So as you can see, on the certifications, we have more than 100K plus students. You can join more than 100K students taking this certification. We have the professional certification. So here we are going to prove your skills with an official verifiable certification. We have more than 500 plus exercises. Verify your knowledge with plenty of practice. Okay. And as you can see, this certification represents the culmination of your full stack developer journey. It demonstrates your ability to build complete modern web applications from start to finish. And in order to qualify for the exam, you must earn the certification below. Pass the exam to earn your full stack developer certification. Okay, and here is a note. If you want to contribute, what you have to do. Okay. What I'm planning to do today is to continue this JavaScript certification. I already did the first part with variables and strings, as you can see. And I started yesterday to work on this numbers and arithmetic operators and booleans on the chapter booleans and numbers. This is basically what we are going to do today. We have to complete a lab, then we have more theory, then we have a lab, then we have another theory, then we have a workshop, and theory, and a lot of chapters. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 certification projects and the review. Okay, so we have something. And then no, the exam is finished. No, the exam is not finished. Okay, so first thing. Okay, so I'm not eligible before the exam, but I think the exam is finished, so we can take the exam. I'm going to take the exam live, and I'm going to try to do everything on the live stream from now on. I'm also going to be live maybe on Kick right now. I tried to do live on YouTube earlier today with GTA 5. I basically went to prostitutes in GTA 5, but YouTube just banned me, just removed my stream. So I'm going to do a stream on education. I'm going to do the education streaming on YouTube and GTA 5 and gaming streaming on Kick. So if you want to follow me on Kick, my name is Justin Hacker Flexor. I think I'll add it in the description. Let's jump into the lab right now. We're still streaming. Yes, we are still streaming. We're still streaming. Okay. I will refilm the audio. I don't know if we have any viewers. Have any viewers right now? We are going to have some future. Okay, let's start this certification. So, debug type conversion errors in a buggy app. So you've just joined the local web development shop, and your first assignment is to clean up some buggy code left behind by the previous developer. So they were attempting simple arithmetic operations, but something went wrong. The results don't make sense. Your task is to review, debug, and correct the code so it performs as expected and is easier to read. Objective: fulfill the user stories below and get all the tests to pass to complete the lab. User stories: you should have a variable named first result that correctly adds the numbers 5 and 10 and produce the value 15. So this is the first result variable, okay, and we need 5 plus 10. Okay, 5 plus 10 is 15. Okay, I did this. You should have a variable named second result that correctly subtracts 5 from 8 to produce the value 3. Okay, so I need 8 is a number. As you can see, 8 minus 5 is 3, so it's working. You should have a variable named third result produces the value 6 by adding two numbers. Third result. Okay, so here we need 1. Sorry, by adding two numbers. Okay, so it's going to be 1, replace the boolean we currently used expression with a number. Okay, so 1 plus 5 is 6. You should have a variable named fourth result that produces the value 8 by adding numbers. Replace the boolean currently used in the expression with a number. Okay, so this one should be 0, I think. Yes. Okay, you should have a variable named fifth result that correctly multiplies two numbers to get the product 20. Okay, so this is gonna be 1 times 2, which is gonna be 20. Okay. And you should have a variable named sixth result that correctly adds the two numbers to produce the value 22. Replace the null currently used in the expression with a number. So this is gonna be 0. Okay, and as you can see, it wasn't really a hard lab. I mean, we did it in a small amount of time. We're still live. Nice. How does operator precedence work? Give me a break, please. Okay, guys, I'm back. Okay, Alright, guys, I'm back. I don't really ah, like, ah, like, okay. I have some problems with I have some issues with the sound. I don't really like how the sound is handled. Okay, but we are back streaming. So let's see. How does operator precedence work? If you write an expression with several operators in JavaScript, how does JavaScript decide which one to evaluate first? This is where operator precedence comes in. Let's explore operator precedence in detail with code examples and also what happens when operators have the same precedence. Operator precedence determines the order in which operations are evaluated in an expression. Operators with higher precedence are evaluated before those with lower precedence. Think of operator precedence like in math, where division and multiplication happen before addition and subtraction. Without following this rule, basic equations will give you the wrong answer. JavaScript works the same way. It has its own rules for which operators come first, second, and so on. For example, take a look at the expression below. So you have this constant result, which is 3 times 4, which is 12, plus 2, which is 14. So if JavaScript evaluated this expression from left to right, you would expect 2 plus 3 equals 5, then 5 times 4 equals 20. Okay, but because multiplication has higher precedence than addition, JavaScript evaluates the 3 times 4 part first, resulting in 2 plus 12 equals 14. Sometimes you may want certain parts of your expression to run first. Regardless of precedence rules, you can use parentheses. To do this, anything inside parentheses is evaluated first, no matter what. Let's make the 2 plus 3 part of the previous example evaluate first. To have this constant result, 2 plus 3 times 4, constant result 20. Okay. In the example above, the parentheses forced JavaScript to evaluate 2 plus 3 first, and then multiply the result by 4. This gives you 20 instead of 14. The division operator has more precedence than addition or subtraction too, so constant result 2 plus 6 over 3 is going to be 4. Because we are going to evaluate 6 over 3 first, which is going to be 2, and we are going to have 2 plus 2, which is going to be 4. So if Joseph evaluated this expression from left to right, you might expect 2 plus 6 equals 8, then 8 over 3 equals 2.67. But since division has a higher precedence than addition, Joseph evaluates the division first, so we have 6 over 3, which is 2, and then adds 2 plus 2, giving the result 4. So, just give me a second. Okay, so in both multiplication and division, those operations will always take place before addition and subtraction unless you use parentheses to change the order. So what happens if the operators have the same precedence? JavaScript uses associativity to figure out the order to evaluate them. Associativity is what tells JavaScript whether to evaluate operators from left to right or right to left. For most operators, so like addition or multiplication, associativity is left to right. So JavaScript processes this from left most side to the expression of the expression to the right. So this result, which is 10 minus 2 plus 3, which is going to be 8 plus 3, which is 11. Okay, so the result is going to be 11. First, 10 minus 2 is going to be 8, then 8 plus 3 is going to be 11. JavaScript moves left to right. In this case, some operators like assignment, equal, right to left associative. So this means the right side of the expression gets validated first. So we have let AB equals 5. I construct A and B is 5 plus 5, and A plus B is going to be 10. In the example above, JavaScript assigns 5 to B first, then assigns B, which is now 5, to A. The exponent operator is also right to left associated, so we have 2 at power of 3 at power of 2, so we're going to have 8 at power of 2, which is going to be 112. No. It's right to left, so we have 2 to the power of 8. Right, so first JavaScript evaluates 2 to the power of 2, which equals 9. Okay. Then it evaluates 2 to the power of 9, which equals 512. Okay, I don't know about this. If the exponent operator had left to right associativity, JavaScript would have calculated 2 to the power of 3, first to get 8, then 8 to the power of 2 to get 64. Okay. Questions. How does operator precedence in JavaScript compare to mathematics? So addition happens before multiplication and division. No, division and multiplication happen before addition and subtraction, just like in mathematics, right? So how can you override operator precedence in JavaScript? So by using the addition operator plus to change the order of operations by using parentheses to force certain parts of the expression to be evaluated first, right? How does JavaScript evaluate expression? So with the exponent operator. So this is from right to left, meaning it evaluates the rightmost expression first, right? Okay, next. How do the increment and decrement operators work? If you are working with numbers and need to increase or decrease value by 1, the increment and decrement operators make the job easier. Let's break it down in a simple way. So the increment and decrement operators are represented by plus plus and minus minus, respectively. They both allow you to adjust the value of a variable by 1. Instead of writing something like x equals x plus 1 or x equals x minus 1, you can simply use x plus plus to add 1 or x minus 1 to subtract 1. It's faster, cleaner, and easier to read. There is a twist to how the increment and decrement operators work. They come in 2 forms, prefix and postfix. The difference being when the value gets updated for the increment operator, prefix is plus plus x and postfix is x plus plus. Prefix plus plus x increases the value of the variable first, then returns the new value. The postfix x plus plus returns the current value of the variable first, then increases it. To have let x equals 5, we have console plus plus x, which is going to be 6. Then we are going to have x, which is going to be 6. In the code above, plus plus x means increment x first, then use it. So when you log plus plus x, you immediately get the incremented value, which is 6. Now let's take a look at an example using the postfix. So we have here I plus plus, which is going to be 6. So in this example, I plus plus means use I first, then increment it. So when you log I plus plus, you get 5, but I becomes 6 after that line of code, right? So in this case, I was 5, but then I becomes 6. Understand? So the decrement operator does the same thing as the increment, except it decreases the value by 1. Again, here are 2 forms. Prefix minus minus x decreases the value of the variable first, then it returns the new value. And postfix x minus minus returns the current value of first, then decreases it. So we have x equals 5, constant minus minus x, which is going to be 4. Okay, x is going to be remaining 4, then we have I equals 5, I minus 1 is going to be 5, and then console log I, which is going to be 4. So which should you use, prefix or postfix? In many cases, it doesn't matter which one you use, both get the job done. However, if you are using the value immediately in an expression, the difference becomes important. Let's take a look at this example. So we have a equals 5, we have b equals plus plus a, and then we have console log b, which is going to be 6. It was incremented before assignment, right? But in this case, this is gonna be 5 because C was incremented after assignment. Okay, so if you need to upload, if you need the updated value right away, use prefix. If you want the current value first and you don't care about the increment until later, go with postfix. Questions. Which operators in JavaScript allow you to adjust the value of a variable by 1? To adjust the a variable by 1. Plus plus and minus minus. Which form of the increment and decrement operator should you use if you need to update if you need the updated value immediately in an expression? Prefix. In which forms do the increment and decrement operators come in JavaScript? Prefix and postfix. Next challenge. Okay, this is a part which I really had about free code camp. I mean, sorry if it's free. Why you require me to watch this ad, sir? This is an ad for donations. Okay. Why I'm required to watch this, I don't know. I really don't like this. I don't like this thing, sir. Later. Other compound assignment operators in JavaScript and how do they work? In JavaScript, all arithmetic operators have a compound assignment form. So compound assignment operators provide a concise shorthand for an operation on a variable followed by a storing the result in that same variable. They combine the operation and assignment into a shorter form like x plus equal I, which is equivalent to writing x equals x plus I, but without repeating the variable name, instead of writing something like this. So we have num equals 5, num equals num plus 2, and num is going to be 7. You can write something like this. So we have num equals 5, num plus equal 2. We're going to have 7. Notice how num plus equal 2 combines both the addition and the assignment steps into one. So this saves time and reduces clutter in your code. Let's dive deeper into the most common compound assignment operators in JavaScript. So as you've already seen, the plus equal operator lets you add a value to an existing variable. It is known as the additional assignment operator. The additional assignment operator takes the current value of the variable, adds the specified number to it, and then assigns the result back to the variable. So we have total of 10, total plus equals 5, and total is going to be 15, right? As you might guess, there is a subtraction assignment operator denoted by minus equal. The subtraction assignment operator subtracts the specified value from the current value of the variable and assigns the new value back to the variable. So we have score equals 20, score minus equals 7, and we have 13, right? So give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So if you didn't use the subtraction assignment, you have done something like this. Okay. So here we're basically right, score another 10. Multiplication assignment operator is represented by star asterisk equal. It multiplies the current value of the variable by the specified number and reassigns it back to the variable. Okay, now about this. Lastly, there is a division assignment operator denoted by slash equal, forward slash equal, just like others before it. It lets you divide the current value of a variable by a number you specify, then assign the result back to the variable. We have 100 over 4, which is going to be 25. Remember, there is a compound assignment operator for every operator in JavaScript. So apart from the four already mentioned, we also have remainder assignment operator, which is going to be modular equal, which divides the variable by the specified number and assigns the remainder to the variable. Exponent assignment operator, which is this one, which raises the variable to the power of the specified number and assigns the result to the variable. Okay, bitwise AND assignment operator, so which is this one, which performs a bitwise AND operation with a specified number and reassigns the result to the variable. Bitwise OR assignment operator, which is this one, which performs a bitwise OR operation with a specified number and reassigns the result to the variable. So we have the question, so what do compound assignment operators in JavaScript allow you to do? So we have the compound assignment operators in JavaScript allow you to do so perform arithmetic operation without changing the variable's value. Yes. No, this basically it's providing a shorter way to perform an operation on a variable and assign the result back to the same variable. Right. Next, what does the remainder assignment operator modulo equal do in JavaScript? So it divides the variable by the specified number and assigns the remainder back to the variable. That's what it's gonna do. What happens when you run the code let points equals 5 and points are equal 3? So we're going to have points multiplied by 3 and the result is added to the original value of points. That's what it's gonna do. Is it incorrect? Oh no, that was the correct one. Okay. Okay. And right now I have a lab. So let's go to the lab, so why not? Curious about the stream. Then we have a like. But nobody's watching, unfortunately. So guys, if somebody watches this, would like to receive a like button. Then we are streaming for 34 minutes. Okay, so let's go back or lab. So debug increment and increment operator errors in a buggy app. So your friend has asked you to help them debug their code. They're practicing increment and decrement operators but are getting unexpected results in the console. So your task is to help them identify the mistakes and update the code so that the console outputs match the expected results. So you can refer back to the prior lessons on increment and decrement operators as well as prefix and postfix notation. To have the user stories, you should have a variable named updated counter that correctly produces the value 11 by using the increment operator. Update the expression to use the correct prefix or postfix notation instead of hard coding the value. Okay, you should have a variable named the final score. Okay, let's go with the first one. So you should have a variable named updated counter, which we can see here. That correctly produces the value 11. The value 11 by using the increment operator. Update the expression to use the correct prefix or postfix notation instead of hard coding the value. Okay, so basically we have the counter 10. And I think we need to use the prefix operator. So plus plus counter. It's gonna be 11. Okay. Second, we have a variable named final score, which is this one. Correctly produces the value is 8 by using the increment operator. Update the expression to use the correct prefix or postfix notation instead of hard coding the value. Okay, so we're going to use score plus plus here. So the postfix notation. Then we have the coins. So third, you should have a variable named updated coins that correctly produces the value 2 by using the decrement operator. Okay, so we need minus minus coins. Okay. Using the decrement operator, update the expression to use the correct prefix or postfix notation instead of hard coding the value. Okay. You should have a variable named new health. Okay. The correct produces the value 7 by using the decrement operator. Update the expression to use the correct prefix or postfix notation instead of hard coding the value. Okay, so here we need health minus minus. Okay, so let's write command enter and I didn't want it to download my solution, but it's okay. Okay, then we have some theory on relating the working with comparison with Boolean operators. Okay, give me a shorter break. Okay. Okay, guys. Right now I realized that I switch. I switched for a moment to my iPhone. Then I switched back to the Mac, and I didn't have. Hopefully, we have sound right now. Maybe I should use the sound from the Mac, but I am not sure about this. Okay. I should have the sound. What are comparison operators and how do they work? So comparison operators allow you to compare two values. I have the sound, yes. So what are comparison operators? How do they work? So comparison operators allow you to compare two values and return a true or false result. You can then use the result to make a decision or control the flow of your program. You use comparisons in if statements, loops, and many other situations where you need to make decisions based on certain conditions. Let's dive into the most common comparison operators and see how they work. So the greater than operator, represented by a right angle bracket, which is this one, checks if the value on the left is greater than the one on the right. So we have a equals 6, b equals 9. So I have a greater than b, which is going to be falsy, because 6 is not greater than 1. Then I have b greater than a, which is going to be true, because 9 is greater than 6. Okay. A greater than or equal operator represented by a right angle bracket and the equal sign checks if the value on the left is either greater than or equal to the one on the right. So I have 6 greater or equal than b, which is going to be falsy. B greater or equal than A, which is going to be truthy. Okay, then have A greater or equal than C, which is going to be true. Okay, the lesser than operator represented by a left angle bracket works similarly to greater than. But in reverse, it checks if the value on the left is smaller than the one on the right. So we have A equals 6 and B equals 9. We have A lower than B, which is true, and have B lower than A, which is going to be false. The less than or equal operator represented by a left angle bracket and the equals sign checks if the value on the left is smaller than or equal to the one on the right. So we have A equals 6, B equals 9, and C equals 6. Okay, you can see that A lower or equal than B is true, B lower or equal than A, which is going to be false, and we have A lower or equal than C, which is going to be true. B. Okay. Questions. What does the greater than or equals operator do in JavaScript? So it checks if the value on the left is strictly greater than the one on the right. No. The second option, it checks if the value on the left is either greater than or equal to the one on the right. That's the correct option. Where would you typically use comparison operators in JavaScript? So only in arithmetic operations, in if statements, loops, and other situations requiring decisions based on conditions. This is a good option. Which two operators in JavaScript to avoid the type conversion? This one. We have this one. No, we have this one. Oh, no. We have this one. Sorry. Triple equal. Okay. Let's submit and go to the next challenge. Okay. So right now we have build a logic checker app. Nobody on the live stream. Just checking. And because it's my first. Oh my god. Because my first stream. I don't think it's a big problem. Okay, so let's go to build a logic checker app. So here's step one. In this workshop, you'll learn how to work with conditional statements and comparison operators. So begin by declaring a variable named true or false and assigning the boolean value true. So begin by declaring a variable named let true or false and assigning the boolean value true. Okay. Step 2. As you learned in a previous lesson, booleans are a data type with only true and false values. The truthy value is the value that evaluates to true in a Boolean context. Examples of truthy values are non-empty strings, non-zero numbers, the Boolean true, and other values you'll meet later on. So you can use the Boolean function to check the truthiness of value. For example, Boolean hello world will return true because hello world is a truthy. Now call Boolean truthy or false, and log the result to the console. Okay, so let's call this one. console log boolean true or falsy, and we can see that it's true. Change the assignment of true and false, true or falsy by setting its value to freecode camp. Okay, so this is not going to be true, this is going to be freecode camp as a string. You'll still see true log to the console because the non-empty string is a true value. Okay, next. False values are values that evaluate to false in a Boolean context. Examples of false values are empty string, zero, false, null, undefined, none. You'll meet all of this going through this cursor. So for now, change the assignment of true or false by setting its value to an empty string. Okay, so if this is an empty string, after that you'll see false log to console. Yes, true. Next, now that you know what true and false values are, remove both your variable declaration and console log statement from your code. So this one. Okay, next. Declare a variable named as developer job and assign it to the boolean value true. Oh, I think this one should be me because I really want to become a developer. True. Okay. A conditional statement is used to run code depending on a condition. It is composed of the if keyword followed by a condition enclosed by parentheses and the body enclosed by curly braces. It is an example of an if statement. So if condition console condition is true. Okay, one condition is the truth value, non-empty string, non-zero number, true, etc. Then the code within the if statement's body is executed. Okay. Below your variable, create an if statement that uses has developer job as its condition. Within the body of your if statement log, team is employed as a developer. The console. Okay, so if has developer job, then I can console log. If has developer job is true T, then I can console log. Timmy is employed as a web developer. Web developer, okay, the developer. Next. Declare another variable named is Timmy a gamer and assign it a boolean of falsy. So let is Timmy a gamer named the falsy. Next. Now create another if statement that uses is Timmy a gamer as its condition. Inside the body of your if statement log, Timmy loves to play World of Warcraft. I never played this game. So now create another if statement that uses the is Timmy a gamer. So if is Timmy is Timmy a gamer. I'm also a gamer, so I'm a gamer and a developer, by the way. Then we can console log the con log. Timmy loves to play World of Warcraft. You won't see anything logged to the console as the condition of your new if statement is falsy. Yes, this is true. T. Declare another variable named Timmy's age. So we need the variable Timmy age and it should be 18. I think they said to create a variable, right? Apparently I write let, but they are, you see guys, so basically I write let, but they are converting my let to a const. Crazy. Step 11. Give me a break. Okay, guys, I'm back with step 11. Comparison operators allow you to compare values and write more complex conditional statements. Example code. If today is equal to birthday, console log happy birthday. Okay? So, for example, the code above logs happy birthday to the console only when the values of the variables today and birthday are equal. Create a third if statement for each condition. Use the equal greater than or equal to operator to check if Timmy age is greater than or equal to 16. So if Timmy age is greater than or equal to 16, then inside the body of your if statement, log Timmy is old enough to drive. Okay, this is also available in Romanian. So if you are 16 years old, you can drive, but you cannot drive a full car. You can drive a smaller car with only 2 doors. You cannot drive a 4-door car in Romania if you are just 16. You need at least 18 years old. Okay, a conditional statement can have an else clause which runs code when the if condition is falsy. Here is an example of an if-else statement. So example code, if condition, then console condition is truthy, otherwise console condition is falsy. Add an else clause to the existing if statement. Inside the body of your else clause, log Timmy is not old enough to drive. So this is the else clause, else console log Timmy is not old enough to drive. What I did wrong? Conditional statement. I added, so your third if statement should have an else clause. It has. I mean, what's the problem? What's the problem? Your third if statement should have an else. So we have to add an else clause to the existing if statement. This is the existing if statement, guys. So inside the body of your else clause, log Timmy is not old enough to drive. So we have to log this statement. So Timmy is not old enough to drive. Where? Here. Come on. Your third if statement should have an else clause. It has. And what's the problem? I don't understand. I should watch a hint. We're getting some help, guys. I'm stuck here. But what's the problem? I don't understand. So if Timmy age is greater or equal than 16, then when you console log Timmy is old enough to drive. Otherwise, console log Timmy is not old enough to drive. Okay, but as you can see it in the bookcase. And this is the third. Your third if statement should have an else clause. It has. I mean, come on. It has an else statement. Are you kidding me? Timmy's age is greater or equal than 16. And if we change, for example, to 15, as you can see, it's working. Timmy is not old enough to drive. So, check your code. What's the problem? And this is my third because this is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third one. I know, guys, I think I'm going to reset this lesson. I don't know what I did wrong. Okay, I don't know what I did wrong, guys, but something was wrong, but I don't know why. Step 13. Finally, change the declaration of Timmy age and set it to a number less than 16. After that, you'll see Timmy is not old enough to drive. Log to the console. Okay, so if we change the Timmy age to 15, yes, it is completed. Okay, guys, so we did this thing also. So then we have the bitwise operators, we have conditional logic and math methods, and then we have a math bot, which is the workshop. Then we have some more things. Okay, guys, but I think this is enough for today. I don't know exactly how much. I was live like more than 1 hour. Okay. Guys, I think this is the end of the stream. If you like the stream, please like and subscribe. This was an introductory streaming. I had some issues with with the sound one time, but I don't think it's a big problem because I'm also showing my screen. So you guys, you can read for yourself if I don't have the audio. But I hope it's not going to happen next time. I think I'm going to do a stream with Unturned with the California map later today. I'm not so sure if I'm going to be live on Kick or on YouTube, but we will see. So have a nice day, guys, and see you later.